Hey, so in the previous video, we went through and created our campaigns, and I gave you a really fast walkthrough of kind of how we do that. Today, I'm going to go back into the Country Proud USA account, and I'm going to show you the process of making avatars. Now, this is really important because often one avatar is not enough. And I'm going to show you the process of kind of how we go about creating multiple avatars to give you an example of how to go through the process yourself. So if I go here and I find the avatar that we built already. So if you followed along in part one, we created an avatar and it was just a kind of generic avatar, although it was very good. It was quite generic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a chat with the AI. So here's the process. When I start projects, I want to save time and I want to lean into AI to do the heavy lifting for me. So I've got my generic avatar here. I did copy and paste it just in case I need it. But what I can do is select the project, go to the avatar, and I could kind of ask it and say, give me 5 distinct avatars for this brand. I want to know who they are and why they'd be interested in our product. So that's what I'm going to add. Now, you can just do it like that, and I'll show you kind of what that includes. But to kind of make it more, I guess, insightful, more impactful, you can also include some assets if you've already created them as well. So I already have some audience targeting. I have some ad copy already created. So the more you can, to an extent, the more you can provide, the better the results come out. So for this one, I'm kind of just starting off with just giving it the avatar just to see and contrast the difference between what it creates, just with given the avatar itself. Please provide the product or service description. Okay, so that would probably be easier just to give it, let's say, in fact, these were kind of good avatar ideas themselves. So I'm going to add those meta targeting. I'm going to say there. Base it on the attached assets. So let's just give it a bit of time to go through its thinking. So what I'm trying to do is give it more context. So it's, I guess, correctly asked for the product or service just to make sure it's tailored based on the avatar. But we'll see what it comes back with. And this is all kind of running as one stream live because I just want to make sure that you see the process as it is, including the time it takes and the thinking process behind it as well. Because a lot of the AI tools out there makes it look like the AI is just immediately getting the results right. Very rarely is the case. And I think, I like to kind of show the background of what's actually happening with the AI as it's going through it, because it has, although it says AI is thinking, it's doing multiple things in the background. So unlike ChatGPT, it doesn't just take what you've got at face value and just figure it out. It's got multiple steps. So it kind of, if you imagine going to someone and saying, I want to paint my house, they'll ask you, okay, how big is the house? How many rooms are there? Things like that. And then once you've done that, they'll be like, okay, what color do you like? Do you like it shiny, dull, bright, things like that? So in the same way that AI is doing that, but it's doing it itself. Like sometimes it will come back and say, here's a question here. So it's come back with this one here. So I only want the who and what for 5 distinct avatars. So actually, just to kind of explain, what it's tried to do is this AI, the BPM method AI, is plugged into the same AI as these ones here. So it's gone ahead and tried to recreate the entire avatar here. I want to show you in the app itself. So you could take what it is here as well. Not the full avatar. Just bullet point it, and we'll kind of do that. And you can kind of see that as a bug. You can see it as a feature. I mean, it works either way. You can essentially a lot of the things that you can do here, because it's built on the same AI in the background, what we're doing is just making it simple, click, click, click. So you could put a message here that says, hey, create me some copy based on this tone of voice, based on this, you know, part of the funnel, based on this avatar. We're just kind of making that whole process easier as well. So now we have these. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to go to create ads and create new avatar. So here's the process I would do here. So I'm going to do a copy there. I'm going to paste that here. Our offer, which is, I think I could probably just copy this again. I'm just going to copy the whole thing. I think that worked out well yesterday rather than explaining exactly what it is. Did the 15% come off? Okay, so it's got a 15% thing there. I'll leave that in just to show you what can happen. So I'm going to run that. So patriotic American families, 30 to 60 homeowners who value tradition and want unique, meaningful decor that tells their family story and reflects American pride, which is pretty cool. I'm going to duplicate this because the other part, while it's doing that, I'm going to show you is if you're going to projects, go find your content. You can actually do something really cool. So I'm going to copy this. I have a spreadsheet, which is here. I'm going to make a copy. So once I make a copy of this, I can then edit it and obviously not lose the original. So we're country proud USA. So once we make the copy, I can actually start to paste in my avatar information. So I think, okay, let me come back and load up the next one. So here it's actually created the second avatar. So let's have a quick look. Objections, concern about cost of art pieces, seek to enhance their home, proud, tradition keeping, patriotism. Yeah, so I mean, similar to kind of what we've done before, we've created that avatar. So I'm going to save this avatar. And what I'll do is I'm going to take this. This is what I like to do, just copy, save avatar and paste. And that just means that later on, it's going to be easier to identify who this avatar is. And I can also copy that. And I can kind of clean this up later on as well. So we'll just paste that in there. And then we just keep doing the same process again. So if I go back here, I can copy that and paste that here. Make sure that's all good. So we can run that again. Now, whilst that's kind of going on, you know, I kind of had to delete this and delete a few things. But what I want to show you here, and I'm not going to go through the whole cleanup process, is what we end up doing is we put this all in a file so that we can actually have a record of what we're doing. So I'm just take this one because it's our third one here. And I'll just paste that here just to show you how to kind of build up your bank of data and information and insights as well. So if I go back here, if I refresh, go to content, go back to my project and avatar, should have two now. So this is my second avatar that I've created. I'm going to go back and paste that here. So what that means is, although it's in the app, so, you know, we work with a lot of clients and things like that. So we can point them back to the app and say, hey, you can go back in and, you know, we've got all the demographics and avatars there. But essentially what we also like to do is have them all listed here as a record as well. And I'll show you why it's actually kind of useful to have an external file for this as well once we get to that stage. So this one's done. So I'm going to holiday gift bias 25 to 50, copy that, save avatar, and we're going to save that again here. Then we're going to come back to our next one, which is vets 3065. Oops, need to take the whole line. Copy that and let's paste that into here. Why did it not copy the entire line? I do not know. So copy and paste into there, and we're going to build that avatar here. In the meantime, I'm going to take that and add that to our spreadsheet as well. And also I need to go and get my gift buyers avatar. Let's copy that. And I'm zooming through this because this is going to go into a recording, and you can pause and look back as you need to as well. You know what would be easier if I just literally just change that. So I'm making a live edit to my template to make it a lot easier going forward, and you can kind of see how the process works. This is kind of warts and all process. You can skip through this if you want. You can also see how the mind of a entrepreneur works as well. Just kind of just fix it and move on, kind of thing. I'm gonna copy that all the way down. So let's go down here. Looks good. I think we also need to, in fact, we can make it even quicker. Click there and highlight all the way down. There we go. So there you go, fixed. So generic, who are they? Comprised of American families. Who are these? Patriotic. Where's my? That's not the right one for the gift buyers. Okay, we don't have the gift buyers there right now. So okay, the vets is done. So I'm gonna have to save this one. I'm kind of losing track, as you can see. Let's save that. If we go back to our avatars here, probably don't need to refresh the page, it's just habit. And go to avatar. Okay, turns out I've actually done it twice, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna delete that one because it seems like we've got it twice. I'm gonna copy this, holiday gift buyers, gonna paste that in. That's all good. We've got our American patriotics as well. That's all good. Who's next on the list? Okay, yeah, so that was patriotic. This is veterans. I probably shouldn't have deleted that, but anyway. Do we still have the vets? Oh yeah, we do. Okay, cool. So I can save that one now, actually. So copy. I'm going to paste that. Seems like I've already done it. I'm also then going to save that avatar now because it is a different one. And then I'm going to copy. Now, you don't have to do this. I'm doing this just to demonstrate how it works on the agency side. If you're running this for yourself, you don't necessarily need an external file, but you're kind of seeing what we're doing here. Middle-aged adults and seniors. Yeah, okay, that's a good one. So this will be our last one we'll do. So I'm going to paste that into here, build the avatar, and then come back here. So essentially what we've got is 4 avatars all broken down. You don't need to worry about the details here. So you can go through it. I've done the kind of thinking behind this, and if you saw in my previous video, maybe you didn't, there's like a codex behind this. This is programmed in such a way that when you give this back to the avatar, it does a really good job of creating your copy, creative landing pages and things like that. Because we have figured out not only what do we need as humans to understand the avatar, but what does the AI value and what does it need as well. So last avatar is done. Copy that into here. And by the way, Laura, who's the store owner, gave us her website and ad account to do this and create this for her. So as way of thank you, I'm also just creating this as an agency output as well. So Laura gets the entire file and everything we're creating here as well to use and hopefully make a lot of money as well. So we've got 5 avatars here, which is great. So now that our avatars are created, we can do so many things with this. So, you know, for example, we have our, let me just confirm that the avatars are created. Let's go back to the avatar. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got our 5 avatars here. Now, very quickly, I can create ad targeting. I didn't mean to click that. Ad copy, ad angles, and things like that. And like I said, the way this is being built, that the codex is being put together, is now if I come in here and, let's say we select the holiday gift buyers because it's gift buying season right now. Let's load up our existing offer. You can add a new offer or whatever it is. Let's go all out and create all the different types of ad copy that we have, and it's got its own compliance engine built in as well. Let's go for a story ad. So usually the cold ad is a direct response ad. We're going to go for story ad. I'm going to go for Billboard Ben because Ben has been programmed, just like Ogilvy, to be really conservative with a number of words, but make each word count as well. So I kind of like that. Super creative. We'll let AI figure out the copy length. Let's just see what happens. It will take a bit longer because it's creating 6 copy variants with all the inputs, and plus the compliance engine will be determining any issues with compliance. This is a fairly safe niche, but it's always good to know. And it should be built specifically for the holiday gift buyer. So default will allow the AI that we use, the BPM method AI, to come up with its own structure. So I feel like gift shopping is just picking from the same bland pile. This year, break the cycle, bring home American-made metal wall art. Picture this. I'm not a huge fan of this copy, so let's just skip past that. Stuck in a sea of forgettable gifts. We try really hard to get AI to avoid some of the common words. Stuck in a sea, I wouldn't necessarily use that one. Many find holiday gifts lose their magic mass-produced. Easily forgotten, never quite capturing the sentiment that matters most. So the before and after bridge tries to kind of come up with a problem, and then kind of tries to talk about what happens after you've kind of solved it, and the kind of it's a before and after bridge, so before and after. This focuses on features first, the fab framework. So premium grade metal, custom designs, artisan finishes, others decorate. This speaks art. I like that. Built to withstand time and trends, each piece tells a unique story about heritage and love. So I'm going to save that one. That one looks pretty cool. So I'm going to save that one there. 4PS, for those seeking more than another throwaway gift, the struggle is real. So that's kind of looking at problem, promise, proof, and proposal. So our metal wall art helps support meaningful connections, countless customers rave, all that kind of stuff. That one's okay, we'll save that one. PHS is pain, then hope, and then kind of solution as well. So many find it, for many, finding present that truly resonates feels impossible, especially amidst the holiday rush of impersonal options. And that one's not so good. So I'm going to actually go back to cold audience for this one, and let's do Don Draper. I'm going to do Don Draper for this one. Don Draper, the way we've coded him, is really focus in on a core marketing concept and then using that to write the copy. I think for a holiday gift buyer, that would probably work better. So we're going to see what comes back. I'm pretty sure for this example, and for this kind of makeup, the ad will be a lot better. Most people scroll past wall art, but this season something special stands out. It's pretty good. Imagine, and the way this has been crafted is the first few lines have to be kind of the marketing concept. Imagine a handcrafted piece of metal, crafted in the USA, etc. So that's pretty good. I'm going to save that one as well. Let's have a look at what Ada came up with. Tired of generic presents that say nothing about what matters. It's okay. Discover premium American-made metal arts. Shoppers are choosing gifts that mean more this year. That's good. And the headline is good as well. How do you make a gift truly stand out this Christmas? I'm going to save that one as well. Before and after. Too often, well-intentioned gifts blend in, missed among the generic trinkets. Many spent hours. I don't think before and after generally works well for e-com. Depends on niche, so I'm going to skip that one. Features based, it can work when you're kind of getting to the point. Craft in the USA, yeah, that's, I mean, it's similar to what we had. Then the 4PS, so this one's actually good because it meets a few things. So for those seeking a holiday gift that truly honors love and tradition, the search can be overwhelming. Struggling to find a gift that celebrates your bond. So we're talking family, we're talking about bonds and things like that. I think that's that's kind of good. I like that one. I'll save that, and then we'll see what PHS came up with as well. For those who want to avoid giving another forgettable present, finding something with heart can be tough. Many discover the joy, so that's okay. And then for the third contrasting ad, I'm going to use the witty feline. So this is an amalgamation of a number of different copywriters that I've kind of put together, and the idea is to add some humor. So the ads I've showed you so far, they're a little bit dry. They're to the point, they're factual, and they're okay. And I don't know what the brand necessarily would prefer. So Laura at Country Proud might look at these funny ads and say, hey, that's not our brand, and that's absolutely fine. But I like to have a variety in the ad sets that I'm running, because I try and remove my own expectations and ego from the results and say, let me just run the ads and see what the customers say. So let's go to default. So did you know the secret to a memorable gift might actually hang on the wall? Most folks swim in the same ocean of sweaters, mugs, and socks, gifts that end up forgotten and, let's be honest, creatively recycled. Why not go for something that sparks conversation and built to last? So that's a kind of timid humor. I'm surprised, but I do like that one. I'm going to add that one in. Let's see what Ada says. Ever notice how most gifts barely survive till next Christmas? That's a good hook. And actually the humor here isn't too much. Sometimes it comes back, it's a bit over the top. For those wanting to be remembered and not for another pair of fuzzy socks, meet the art that celebrates your story. Imagine the look when they unwrap a piece that captures your love, memories, and pride, and something that makes even the tree jealous. I think that's cool. I think that's a cool ad. BAB, let's be real, many spend hours searching for meaningful gifts only to wrap up another generic item that gathers dust. It's okay. Wall art features, I mean, this kind of features led, it makes it harder to be funny. For those seeking more than another bland holiday present, finding something true and meaningful, it's okay. So that's okay as well. I'm curious on how Angry Auntie fares. Now, this was specifically for one client, and we actually included it as a copywriter. The idea was that Angry Auntie is just the aunt that really loves you and cares about you, but is also straight to the point as well. And it's kind of niche. We've included it because we use it for that one client, and it's just kind of there for others that want to use it as well. But sometimes it does come up with a banger as well. So I'm curious to see what it comes up with in terms of the humor and all the sort of directness as well. So let's go to default first. Honestly, how many bland gifts do you think your loved one can pretend to like? Enough is enough. Handcrafted, American-made wall art isn't just another box under the tree. It's a reflection of heritage, etc. You should be showing off. Personalized, premium, etc. I like that. I don't know if the brand owner would necessarily run that, but I'm just going to include that anyway. Ada, every year it's the same old drill, wrapped boxes with no heart behind them. Come on, you know tradition deserves better. Would it kill you to pick something with real meaning? Imagine their face unwrapping the piece of art that says, I see you, I cherish our history together. I think that's good as well. I'm going to kind of add that to the mix. So many folks grab soulless gifts every year hoping for a smile. Again, I don't like BAB for this. Features based, this is quite interesting. So it goes, rather than talk about the features directly, it's going on the opposite side. So these aren't flimsy mass-produced decorations. Each piece is handcrafted. That means every design stands out. So it's a lack of humor, but it's okay. This one, for those searching high and low for a present that doesn't scream last minute, listen up. Premium metal art. Many buyers say their loved ones still gush about years later. That's pretty good. I'm going to save that one. And let's see what PHS comes up with. For those who care too much to mail it in year after year, it's easy to get stuck. That's not so good. So very quickly, and you know, part of this process, we created a good bunch of ads for this one particular avatar, and literally just following the process for the rest as well. So especially because we're in the gifting season, I would, for this brand, focus really heavily on that. But you might come back and say, hey, you know, I want to go for patriotic families right now as well. That's important to me. Let's do the same thing and go through the same process. Just for the sake of different copy, let's go for Frankly Kern. Frank Kern-esque. It's not exactly as Frank would write, and it's the same with all these. They're not going to exactly replicate what you'd pay, someone $1,000 per ad to write, for example. But this is more what I like about Frank Kern's copywriting style, and something I try to capture is it's just so casual, so whimsical at times, and things like that, which sometimes really works well, especially for digital products and services, info products, coaching. I don't know about ecom, but we can have a look. Easy to fall back on routine, another store-bought gift, another year, but many have found something special, a way to honor their family's roots. It's okay, that's a bit bland. Most people don't realize home decor can actually mean something, like imagine a piece on the wall that speaks louder than any word or social post, showing off your family's story and your love for this country. It's cool. That's what handcrafted and personalized American metal art is about. Kind of makes you wonder why every room doesn't have one, right? So I think that's pretty cool. Well done, Frank. That's a good ad. So let's add that to the list. And by the way, default sometimes works better than all of these, where we've given the AI the kind of license to roam and do what it needs to. Ever walk into a home and feel like history lives in the walls? That's the difference when every detail is personal and patriotic. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that one. So I'm going to add that to here. Most families fill their walls with art, but it rarely says much about who they are and what they value. Now imagine walking in. This is good. Hit after hit from Mr. Kern. Let's try Fab. Each art piece is custom made from sturdy American steel. Blah blah blah. That's a bit boring, but okay. For more than generic decor, that's okay. Okay, that's okay. So a few more hits there as well. And then what I'll do is I'll choose one more. So let's go for. I'm curious to see what middle-aged it comes back with. For this one, I'm going to try Claude Hopkins. I wouldn't really choose that for necessarily for ecom, because the Claude Hopkins style of copy is more analytical, more proof and numbers based and things like that, and you'll see it from kind of what it produces. It's good because part of the programming is go and do some research and find out about this product or offer and things like that. So let's say you're doing a make money offer or an agency offer, or client, whatever it is, it will go and do some research and kind of present some numbers your way. So did you know most holiday gifts are forgotten within months? So that's its numbers angle. That's actually good. This Christmas, stand out by giving more than a present. Offer a handcrafted wall art piece that captures the family's legacy. Each custom creation tells a story. That's good. Ada, searching for a meaningful Christmas gift. Okay, it's skipped out on the numbers there. Many struggle to find. Picture this. Bring home one of a kind. Okay, that's okay. We'll add that one to the list. And featuring high-grade American steel. Okay, that's not really. For those seeking more than ordinary gifts. For those with a deep desire to keep their family history alive. Okay, so Claude did okay. I didn't expect Claude to do so well for this. Okay, so interestingly, compliance came back and said, hey, check out Claude because he doesn't look like he's compliant. So contains prohibited health and medical claims. So treat, because treat is something that you treat on, for example, the body or a symptom. So it says, what does it say, treat? I have to look at the context. Each custom creation tells a story made in the USA by artisans who treat your heritage as their own. As an ads expert, I will tell you that it is close to 100% compliant. I won't say 100% because maybe Meta would come back and say something else. But I'm glad my compliance AI came back and said, check this out. Just keep a close eye on this because it's using a flagged word. And treat is, because if it was like, each custom creation tells a story made in the USA by artisans who treat your skin problem, blah, 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 blah. It could obviously go into compliance issues, but we're not doing skincare, so it's all good. So thank you, AI agent, but we're kind of good for the moment. And that's pretty much it. That's a process of taking a base avatar, which I'd already created, creating multiple avatars, by actually just going in and asking, based on what we've got, come up with some different ideas. And I think it came up with some good ideas from this as well. And then taking that through, saving them, and actually working through the different avatars to create copy. And something like this, It's time consuming. Like when we work with agency clients, it's time consuming to go avatar by avatar, come up with different ad copies. I've worked with copywriter freelancers, copywriter agencies, in-house copywriters. Sometimes it can take them a lot of time to think differently about the different concepts and ideas. And you can see here that thinking process, we're just kind of offloading it to AI. We don't have to say, come up with different angles, different ideas that didn't quite work. We just literally just click, 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 and it's done. If we don't like something, we just change something. So we can play around with the creativity level, word count, copywriter, format, different styles of copy, even change up the offer itself if we need to. Let's say we're leading up to Black Friday versus we're in Black Friday versus we're doing post Black Friday and last few days of shipping versus the kind of Christmas offer, the January New Year New You offer. We can just change up our offers, and with exactly the same avatar, exactly the same processes here, all we're doing is changing up the offers, and it's very quick to just bang 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 roll out all the different ad copies, and then they're available to you to use as and when you want. And you can go in and go and pull out your content at any time, and you say, right, I want to see what my ad writer has come up with, and see, for example, is there anything Christmas related? Let's pull out all the Christmas ads. So these are all ads that contain the word Christmas, for example, or you can do Valentine's, Black Friday, all that kind of stuff. It just makes it so much easier and faster to find essentially what you need to run your next batch of ads. And hopefully you've seen the initial ad as well. You just take them into bulk ads uploader, and that's it. You've uploaded your ads straight into your campaigns. And I'll show in the next video how we actually do that very quickly to create a mass library of ads that you can use as and when you want as well.